Hello, African Diaspora News family. My name is Reneilwe Morema, and I am your host right here on the African Diaspora News channel. I'm reporting live from Johannesburg, South Africa. Dr. Arikana Chihombori-Quao, former African Union ambassador to the United States, lauded the dismantling of the U.S. Agency for International Development, known as the USAID, arguing it had attempted to interfere in Africa's progress. In a recent interview, she said that USAID exit from Africa is a wake-up call for the continent. She argued that African leaders must look within to create self-reliance, reminding us of the impact of the global north hoarding medical supplies during the COVID-19 pandemic lockdowns, forcing Africa to fend for itself. The People's Vaccine Alliance reported that nearly 70 lower-income countries could only vaccinate 1 in 10, while rich countries comprising just 14% of the world's population hoarded 53% of available doses. Furthermore, Chihombori-Quao emphasized that USAID has little to show for its extensive investment in education and healthcare across Africa. She reiterated that the agency often contributed to instability while masquerading its actions under the pretext of environmental protection, human rights, or social justice. For example, USAID has been accused of indirectly funding Boko Haram, an extremist group in Nigeria. Boko Haram's long-running insurgency in northeastern Nigeria has destabilized that region, causing nearly 40,000 fatalities in Borno State between 2011 and 2023.
We need to understand the real reason why USAID is in Africa. And not just USAID, but other NGOs. You look at DFID, which is the British equivalent, and many other smaller ones. Their sole purpose was to act as if they're coming to rescue Africa. They are coming in claiming that they're introducing grassroots initiatives that are going to help the people. And so they use that as a way to go into the most remote parts of Africa. When you look at it on paper, it all looks really good. But they're actually wolf in sheep's clothing. They are using that open access sounding humanitarian to constantly destabilize governments. I can tell you right now, the majority of African leaders, and not just African leaders, but leaders in the developing world, are celebrating the exit of USAID. If you think about it, their sole purpose, for example, filling in the gaps in healthcare and education, where is the change? Show me one country that USAID was in and education improved. Show me what country where USAID was in and healthcare improved. The social services they're bringing, it's peanuts. The American taxpayer needs to know the billions of dollars that are being given to USAID, a fraction is making it to the people.
Any financial aid is like a pill that numbs the pain but never cures it. You take it long enough, you'll be addicted and you will be paying with your life to feed that addiction. USAID was coming to a point where it came with terms and conditions. Like in South Africa, for example, Trump won't say it, but when he cut financial aid to South Africa, he meant to twist the hands of the ANC to transfer power to the DA that represent the white minority.
Now let's be focused. Occasions like this one, summits where people come, do their promotion about their achievements, and mostly PR exercise. Let's get out of this cycle, first and foremost, okay? I would like to focus on my own issue. Now people are talking about the resources of the continent, 60% of this endowment, 20% of this endowment. I mean, why can't you mobilize your own resources rather than extend your hands for handouts and charity? Is there a way of mobilizing these resources in the continent? How do you mobilize these resources?
Rwanda has been on its own. We have tested it, we know it. So we're not scared, not threatened by the possibility that at one time we will be on our own again. So we should always be prepared. And we are used to working on the worst case scenario, where at any other times we might be on our own. And when we are left to be on our own, we will own up and we will survive even better than last time.
We all know that USAID is a PR firm for the global north to gloat and distract the rest of us while they steal resources and interfere in our affairs or influence our political landscape to suit their interests. I'm glad that leaders like President Paul Kagame and President Isaias Afwerki of Eritrea are reconciling with that fact and are spreading truth to their people so they won't be influenced by the Western media that peddles their false narratives. So, yeah. It is insane right now. I have to agree with the doctor. It was coming to a point where USAID, I don't believe that USAID was created with malicious intent, but as time went by, USAID twisted and turned and it became a tool that is used by politicians to serve their interests while they come in Africa and exploit us. It was coming to a point where USAID was used as a pawn to make Africa one of their piggy banks, the personal piggy banks, the Western countries' piggy banks. So yeah, USAID has to go. We are grateful for the little that it has done. To be honest, I can't say that they have nothing to show for it. Some parts of Africa, they did benefit. Some parts of Africa were really helped. But it came to a point where it was becoming a toxic relationship with Africa and USAID. It came with terms and conditions. And people were not really comfortable with it. People were not really happy with the results of USAID. They were just not happy with their involvement. It was becoming a political tool more than anything. So we are really thankful for the humanitarian aid. We are thankful for everybody that participated. The USAID and UN really are one of the most detrimental tools that could bring Africa to its knees and will forever be crippled by Western powers and be at the mercy of their aid and their assistance, basically. What do you think about this segment? Comment to us in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share the broadcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss these groundbreaking conversations right here on the African Diaspora News channel.